vanish mode. Talking about you fine.
How did you even see that? Did you go?
Alright, so I did. I can go to his page and see when he was in Atlanta and when he was hitting you.
You can never break me. Ever. I'm trying to get some money.
You.
No, you.
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 I'm done with you. You dead to me. But what?
Get the papers. I'm gonna take the high road like I should have done alone.
This evening was supposed to be just another evening spent in the comfort of her home, cooking dinner and getting used to the routines of married life. Little did Kendra know that everything was about to fall apart. The air in Atlanta was hot that night, and the city's pulse hummed steadily beneath the placid surface. Kendra and Jock's marriage had experienced ups and downs like any other relationship, but something had changed recently that neither of them could identify, but they both sensed it in the air. Their intimacy had diminished and had been replaced by an unspoken distance that seemed to widen every day. Kendra had hoped they could weather the silent storm, that whatever was threatening to tear them apart would be overcome by their love. She didn't know, but that Jock was no longer viewing things through the same lens. It began innocently enough when Kendra left her phone on the counter while she went into the kitchen to prepare dinner. The Jock, who had always trusted her implicitly, found himself looking down at it. This wasn't something he would normally do, prying into her personal life, but something was different. There had been whispers of uneasiness in his mind lately that he couldn't shake, and an unsettling feeling that Kendra was pulling away. He didn't even need to request the passcode, even though he knew in his heart that doing so would violate the trust they had worked so hard to establish over the years. Kendra never considered locking her phone. This was a mistake that would ultimately lead to her downfall. Jock's hand shook a little when he opened it, and his blood chilled as he looked at the screen. The messages were private and full of seduction and coded promises. They weren't just friendly conversations. The more Jock read, the more his heart fell. These weren't just the conversations you have with a friend or coworker. They were full of intense connections that felt too personal for comfort, longing, and secret confessions. Keep it private when you're in a serious relationship. Something that Kendra had been keeping from him seemed like a betrayal of all they had worked so hard to create. The person on the other end of the text was an ex from Kendra's past, someone she had once shared a part of her life with. He wasn't just a random friend. Rather, this man held a place in Kendra's heart, and those unspoken feelings had not only remained, but had resurfaced in their messages. It was evident that there had been more going on than Kendra had previously disclosed. Jock's chest tightened with a mixture of fury and disbelief, his hands shaking as he read the exchange again, each word cutting deeper than the last. An emotional affair. When Kendra returned to the living room, she saw the tension in the air with the Jock standing there with his phone in hand, his face pale with shock and anger. It didn't take her long to realize what was happening. The cold, accusing look in his eyes told her everything. He had seen the messages. Jock's anger was immediate and uncontrollable. He felt as though his entire world had been turned upside down. All the love he had put into their marriage, all the promises they had made to one another, seemed suddenly hollow.
Energy good, good crowd. So what's really going on?
It's business. I don't want you to, be feeling no kind of way. Like, I'm honest, I'm faithful, and I feel like,
You don't want me to feel no kind of way, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if I was dealing with a woman who was sending me hard eyes in my DM, talking about I'm fine, talking sexy.
But I never replied back to any of those. I didn't even.
No, you replied to me. You definitely saw it.
I sell title insurance.
You want me to be cool, but you continue to do business with love.
That's why you're feeling so weird about it, because you probably insecure.
Don't try to twist this up and point fingers at me. I saw the receipt. And if you want to sit here and play these mind tricks with me, I'm going to really feel like it's worth this. And I ain't with it. I see that this DM is in vanish mode. Talking about you fine.
did you even see that? Did you go?
Alright, so I did. I can go to his page and see when he was in Atlanta and when he was hitting you.
I'm not gonna play with you like that. If you wanna play kid games, I'll be out. Go play with your kids. Go play with your baby mamas. Don't play with me. I'm talking about this specific
Because I'm gonna break you the down.
You can never break me. Ever. I'm trying to get some money.
Well, go get some money with somebody else who ain't trying to
You can never break me. Ever.
you.
No, you.
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 I'm done with you. You dead to me. Divorce.
Get the papers. I'm gonna take the high road like I should have done a long time ago.
Before she had a chance to say anything, Jock's voice broke the stillness. His words were low and deadly, a silent fury that made Kendra feel completely uneasy. Kendra had hoped to conceal this aspect of her life in order to preserve the tenuous bond she shared with Jock, but now everything was exposed. The conversations, the flirtation, the covert connection, and it was staring them both in the face. "I can explain," Kendra said in a trembling voice, but the damage had already been done. Jock didn't want an explanation. He wanted the truth. He said, "This is what you've been doing behind my back." His voice rose in a mixture of hurt and rage, and he pointed to the phone in his hand, as if it were an accusation in and of itself. The pain in his eyes was deeper than Kendra had expected. She had never wanted to hurt him and had never imagined that her actions would have such a devastating impact. But here they were, and there was no way to undo what had already happened. "I didn't mean for this to happen." Kendra tried, but her words felt weak and helpless against the emotional storm. The words hit Kendra like a slap in the face, the weight of his accusation pressing down on her chest, suffocating her. She wanted to explain and apologize to make things right, but she knew deep down that no words could fix the mess she had created, that she had broken his trust, and that was something that was nearly impossible to repair. Jock was unleashing, he said bitterly, "Totally, Kendra, you've destroyed everything we had because I trusted and loved you. You've also destroyed me." He pulled away as Kendra reached for him, his body rigid with pain, his eyes, once full of warmth and affection, now full of contempt and betrayal. "Perhaps this marriage was never real," he muttered, barely raising his voice above a whisper. "Perhaps I was just a fool." With that, he left, leaving Kendra standing in the center of the room, the weight of her decision sinking in as the door slammed behind him. Kendra fell on the couch. The love they had shared, the foundation they had built, the trust was shattered. The truth was now fully exposed, and the pain and betrayal twisting in his gut told him that he couldn't go back. She had lost him, and there was no turning back the secrets and lies that had destroyed everything. As the night dragged on, the home was still, and the emptiness in their hearts was echoed.
In vanish mode, talking about you fine.
How did you even see that? Did you go?
Alright, so I did. I can go to his page and see when he was in Atlanta and when he was hitting you.
You can never break me. Ever. I'm trying to get some money.
You.
No, you.
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 I'm done with you. You dead to me. Divorce.
Get the papers. I'm gonna take the high road like I should a long time ago.